Okay, so we got a really thoughtful question from one of you out there.
Mm.
And it's about, you know, finding that sweet spot for health, right? You want to know, like, when it comes to managing weight and blood sugars, it's really about focusing on GLP-1 injections, or is it more about, like, sticking to a really solid food-based diet? And I think what makes this even more interesting is you pointed out that, like, even when doctors prescribe GLP-1s, they're still telling you to watch what you eat and get some exercise. So it's like, well, hold on a sec. If the medication is supposed to help with all that, why do we still need to worry about the food part? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's a super practical question, and it really gets at this kind of bigger picture of how these different approaches to health actually work together.
Exactly, because like you think about it, GLP-1s, they're going in there and they're messing with your hormones, right? They're directly affecting your appetite and your blood sugar levels.
Hmm.
So you would think like, okay, that's kind of taking care of a big chunk of the puzzle. So where does the food fit in? Why is it not one or the other?
Well, you got to think of it like this, right? A food-based diet, it's operating on this like way broader level. It's not just about like how many calories you're taking in. It's about the quality of those calories, all the nutrients, the fiber and all that stuff. Those things are impacting like a whole bunch of functions in your body that GLP-1s don't even touch. Like think of it this way. GLP-1s, they're like really good at managing certain specific metabolic things. But the food you eat, that's like the foundation, base upon which all of your health is built.
Oh, so it's like even if the GLP-1 is doing its thing, keeping your appetite in check and making sure your blood sugar isn't going haywire, if your diet is still like missing key nutrients, you could still end up with other health issues down the road.
You got it. It's not a simple swap.
Right.
Right.
And that kind of makes you wonder, like, can you really be truly healthy if you're just focusing on one of these things? And like, I mean, doctors are always saying you got to do both. So there's got to be a reason for that, right?
For sure. There's definitely like a synergy happening there. When you combine them.
And this is where it gets really interesting for you, the listener, who asked the question, right? Because it's bigger than just those numbers on the scale or your blood sugar readings. It's about your overall well-being.
100%. You hit the nail on the head. When we talk about lifestyle changes, especially like what you eat and how much you move your body, we're talking about benefits that go way beyond what any medication can do. Like, think about it, a good diet and a regular exercise. Those are good for your heart, your mental health, even your bones. Things that GLP-1s don't directly affect.
So basically what we're saying is for anyone trying to figure out the healthiest approach, it's not about picking one over the other. It's about understanding how they work together.
Right. Exactly. GLP-1 meds can be a really valuable tool, don't get me wrong, especially for managing certain conditions, but they tend to work best when they're part of a bigger plan, like a plan that includes being mindful of what you eat and making sure you're moving your body regularly.
It's like the medication is giving you a boost, while the good food you're eating is like fueling your body and like making those positive changes stick around, right? Kind of like tackling it from different angles, but working towards the same goal.
Yeah, exactly. They complement each other.
You get more bang for your buck, so to speak, when you do both. So after this deep dive, I think it's pretty clear why doctors are always recommending that combo of GLP-1s with diet and exercise.
Right.
It's not just like some standard advice. It's pointing to this like fundamental idea about how we manage our health, that holistic approach, where you're considering all the different pieces.
Yeah.
That's usually going to give you the best and the most like long-lasting results.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That connection between like our biology and the choices we make every day, it's powerful stuff. It's something to always be thinking about.
So to sum it up for you, the big takeaway here is this. GLP-1 meds, they can be really helpful. But they're often working best when you're also putting in the effort to eat well and stay active. Because at the end of the day, those things are all influencing different but connected parts of your health.
And that leads us to a final thought for you to ponder. As you navigate your own health journey, think about this. How can you weave together the advice you get from your doctor with the choices you make each day? To create a path that's both effective and something you can actually stick with in the long run, something that really works for you.